Hey my beautiful witches, it is Murphy Hunter here, Gray Hunter here. Okay, so I pulled out another topic. Let me fix you here. It's just that every time I fix this, it comes tumbling down. Anyway, the one that I pulled out is what do I love to read? And that's a really, really good question because, oh man, I love to read. At one time in my life, I had close to 1,500 books. And then I got sick and I couldn't pay for my storage and I lost all my books. I mean, you might as well just take in like a freaking fork and stab me in the forehead because that's how much pain it felt. I don't know how much a fork in my forehead would feel like, but I'm pretty sure it hurt pretty bad. And that's how much I was hurting for my books. But I'll just name a few and then see if I can, I'll think of a few and go from there. Okay, I love to read everything. I don't like to read, I'm not a big fan of love books, but like love stories, but I am a big fan of Stephenie Meyer. I love the Twilight series. I think we all fell in love with the Twilight series. Well, just about everybody. It's such an easy read, and I love the other one she did, The Host. That's all that I've read of Stephenie Meyer is the Twilight series and The Host. And I can't think of the other one, the little spin-off from the Twilight, the little book about one of the little vampires. I can't think of the name. But anyway, I enjoyed Stephenie Meyer's books. I also love Anne Rice. I'm collecting all of her books. I had mostly all of them except when she got out of her darker stage and she went into writing books about Jesus. I didn't read those only because I lost my storage at that time, so I was trying to rebuild my collection again. So when I buy those, I will definitely read them. Stephen King. I think everybody has come across one of his books or at least seen the movies that come from the books. Amazing, amazing mind. I love the way that man thinks. I love the way he writes. I would just not come across a book of his that I don't like. That is another that he has like 1 million books, so I'm slowly building up that again. For a while there, I read a few Nora Roberts, and I actually like the way she writes, which is really crazy because it's not my type of style of book at all. I was bored at work one day, and I picked up a book, and it was hers, and I'm like, well, okay, there's another one, so I read a few of hers. Not something that I would go back and buy. It was decent. I like, what's her name? Veronica Roth. She's the one who does the Divergent series. I've only read the Divergent so far, and it's really, really good. I'm about to pick up the next one and read that one, but her style of writing is really good. Of course, you can't go wrong with J.K. Rowling, the Harry Potter series. Love the Harry Potter books. Just amazing, amazing. And then J.R.R. Tolkien, The Hobbit. The Hobbit is actually one of my most favorite books out there. I've always loved The Hobbit. Oh, I just love The Hobbit. I can't wait till Jay gets a little bit bigger so I can actually start reading that to her. Like reading it in class. Love Dr. Seuss. Come on, anything of Dr. Seuss is great. Dean Koontz is another one. I was at work and there was a Dean Koontz book there. Picked it up, started reading it, and I read maybe like about maybe like 10 of his books. He's one that I would never buy and put on my shelf again, but good stuff. Who was another one? H.G. Wells. H.G. Wells wrote books like The Island of Dr. Moreau, The World War Z. He wrote, this author wrote books like of those. Those are some of his books. Good stuff. Who else? C.S. Lewis wrote the Chronicles of Narnia. I love the Chronicles of Narnia. Good stuff. And who else? Paulo Coelho, I believe that's his last name. He wrote The Alchemist. If you've never read The Alchemist, you should read that. That is an amazing book. Amazing book. I love that book. It's another one of my favorite books. Bram Stoker, of course, the vampire books. And he did, I can't think of the vampire books. He did a few other ones. But anyway, he's got good stuff. Who else? I love Mary Shelley. Her books, she did the probably most famous for Frankenstein books. She also has a demented mind. I love that. Dan Brown, I enjoy Dan Brown's books, the Da Vinci Code books. I love Homer, love his books. One of the books that he's most famous for is The Odyssey. That's a great book. Okay, I don't laugh, but I love Laura Ingalls Wilder. She is the author who created the Little House on the Prairie series. And it's so cute because her name really is Laura Elizabeth Ingalls Wilder. And her husband was Almanzo. And she has a daughter named Rose. But anyway, I love that series, The Little House on the Prairie. I just love those books. Another one is, what is her name? Jean M. Ayul, like, I think it's like A-U-E-L. Anyway, she wrote the Clan of the K-Bear series. Love those books with Ayla in it. Oh my god, those are fantastic. Another one's, trying to go fast so I don't make it long. Tim LaHaye and Jerry B. Jenkins. They did the Left Behind series. I really, really enjoyed those books. And I actually have all of them, I think, but just 2 of those books. And then I also, those are just a few of like a gazillion that I like. And then, of course, you know, I read tons and tons of books on witchcraft, voodoo and hoodoo, Santeria, Paolo. There's just so many authors when it comes to witchcraft books, to, you know, magical books. I think like the most ones that I read a lot of are like Margaret Adler, Raymond Buckland, Scott Cunningham, trying to think of another. I think her name is Sybil Leck, Charles Leland, and Starhawk is another one. I love all of Anna Riva's stuff. I read all of her stuff. Silver Ravenwolf, she's another good one. And who else? What is that one? Morning Glory Ravenheart, I believe that's the name. Anyway, there's just so many books. There's so many great authors out there. There's so many good books. I mean, I read, I love history books. I love self-help books. I like biographies. You know, I'm always, you know, I love to read. I think it's great exercise for your brain, and it's like the cheapest vacation ever, and you can never learn enough. And so, you know, I do buy tons and tons of books, and I also have lots of books on my reader. This is my Nook, and I have lots of books on my reader, because even though I love to actually handle my books and have them, I can't always take them with me. And so in cases, you know, I have a lot, like for example, like this one, The Utterly Wicked book. I have this book, you know, the book itself, and it's also my reader. I have a lot of my books. I mostly have a lot of my big books that I read on here, like, because, you know, when I'm out somewhere and I want to read, I have them right here. Of course, my magazines and newspapers and everything else. But I only keep books, magazines, and newspapers on my reader, and I don't put any of that stuff on my iPad or on my phones. It strictly stays on my reader. But yes, there's so many books, and when I say self-help books, I mean I'm talking about books that inspire you to be a better person, inspire you to be better at whatever. Educational books. I love children's books. There's so many children's authors out there that, I mean, I can't even begin to start naming those. There's just so many. But anyway, I hope that I said that I squunched up all of that in a few minutes, less than, you know, 15 minutes here or so. But like I said, I love books. I just love books, and I wish, and what I do is I read about 4 books at a time. And I'll read, like, you know, 2 or 3 chapters out of one book, 2 or 3 chapters of the next book, and blah, blah, blah. Because I can't wait to read all of one and then get into another one. And for example, like a book like this about herbs, or even a book like, let me find something here. A book like Anna Riva book. You know, this is the kind of book that you don't really read from beginning to end. It's just got different stuff in here. So it may take me a little longer to read this one because I'm reading it and I'm also highlighting and doing notes and this and that. But for my actual books that I read, like my series and stuff like that, I keep my reader because those, you know, you read like page by page by page. But anyway, I hope that I hope y'all enjoyed that. I know it was really fast. And those are just a few of many, many, many authors that I like and that I enjoy reading. Alright guys, love you guys, and as always, blessed be. Bye.